Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy wave that I have not taken a look at yet, aka Kraglin, Rocket, and then the Build-A-Figure Cosmo from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, obviously. And I decided to take a look at all three of these together because I originally shot the Rocket video and that was like 5 minutes long, and I was like, that's not... I feel like I sped through it too fast and everything like that. And then I wanted to take a look at Kraglin, but I also want to take a look at Cosmo, and I finally got Groot, and there's this whole bunch of stuff that's coming out, and I was like, okay, I need to get this whole wave done, otherwise I'm not going to end up doing it, so I just threw all three of them in together. So, without further ado, let's get into what everybody comes with. So, pretty much everything that they come with, you're looking at it right here, other than the half helmet thing that comes with Cosmo, but I took that off, and I honestly, you can hear my voice kind of trailing off because I am looking around for it, and I have no idea what happened to that thing. But I'm glad that I took it off because it's too thick of like a clear plastic, so you really can't see Cosmo's head in there. And you couldn't even close it all the way or anything like that, so it really just didn't look good, honestly. I think this looks much better. And who knows, maybe somebody will come out with a third-party option at some point. Maybe, I doubt it, but you never know. And Rocket comes with his gun, his iconic gun, which is super nice. I like this thing. This is actually from the original, okay, if Rocket would not fall over. This is from the 2014 wave, actually. And I assume it's probably been released since then with like the box set or something, but it didn't come with the Guardians 2 figures. This looks good. It's actually kind of a rubbery material too, so it's pretty lightweight, and Rocket holds it pretty well. But it's cast in black. I wish they would have given it some sort of silver dry brushing or something, but, you know, we didn't get that with Nebula's weapons or Drax, so it doesn't surprise me that we didn't get it here. And then Kraglin comes with the exact same arrow and then effect type, you know, combo piece that came with Yondu, which is pretty cool. The arrow's a little bent, but I wish that we could have gotten a different one because this thing is a pain in the ass. Like, I tried. The best way that I've found to get it on Kraglin is to just kind of drape it around his neck or something, so it looks like it's kind of, you know, just going around and all that. Because if you try to put it in the holster here, it just kind of falls and hangs down like that, and it just, I don't know. It's not as dynamic as you would want it to be, despite the, like, curves and twists and turns in it. It just doesn't work as well as I think it should. Kraglin also comes with a knife, which plugs into his sheath back here, which is a nice little knife. I like this thing. This is pretty cool. It's, you know, it doesn't have too much detail on it, but it's got, you know, the hilt painted, which is more than we can say for, you know, a lot of other stuff, so it's pretty good. It's a nice pliable little material and whatnot too. It's pretty good. And now taking a look at the detail on the three of them, let's go over Kraglin first because he's actually the most reuse, surprisingly. And what is reuse on him is the arms, and then the legs are both from Yondu, actually. The hands, I'm not sure. They may be. I'm not too sure, as I just said. But the fin also may be the same one from that Yondu, that alternate head, but I doubt it because I feel like they would have had to get it to fit Kraglin's head. And also, speaking of Kraglin, this looks so good. This looks just like Sean Gunn. I love this head sculpt. I think this looks awesome. They did such a fine job with this. But what's new on him is his upper torso, his lower torso. And then I think that yeah, it definitely has to be. This harness that he has for this has to be because of the fact that he comes with the knife. Because I don't think Yondu had a knife or anything like that. But it looks good. We got the nice, you know, silver going through the zipper right here to a different gray up for the undershirt. The reds, blacks, browns. Everything just looks really nice on this figure. It doesn't look like he has a lot of detail going on in the back, but who knows? Maybe the outfit's like that. I mean, he just, you know, it looks like Kraglin. It looks good. I like it. And then as for the main man himself, Rocket, this looks so awesome. They jam-packed this guy full of detail. His suit has so much detail, just like everybody else, which is so cool that they managed to get all that fine detailing into this small of a figure. Same thing with the articulation, which I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off because we got so much articulation on this Rocket, then we didn't get anything for Howard the Duck or Spider-Ham. But honestly, between the three of them, Rocket deserves it the most, in my opinion. But, you know, I might be biased, I don't know. But the tail looks really good. This head sculpt, I'm not liking it too much. I feel like there's not nearly as much detail as the Guardians 2 head sculpt. If I bring that in real quick, like, look at that. I feel like there's just not as much love and effort put in as there was on this one. And then as for Cosmo, she looks awesome. I'm so happy to have this. A lot of people were really pissed off and were saying, oh, it should have been Groot as the Build-A-Figure. But if it had been Groot as the Build-A-Figure, we probably would have never gotten a Cosmo. And we were going to get a Groot regardless. So it's okay that he's deluxe because then we get Cosmo as the BAF. And, you know, if you're going to get the whole Guardians team anyway, you basically just get a bonus Cosmo out of it. So, you know, shut up. But this looks really good. I think she could do with a wash because, like, the suit looks really nice. She's got all the different, you know, buckles and straps and silver pieces painted and everything like that. But then all her fur, like they painted her toenails, her face, you know, eyes, nose, all that good stuff. But her fur is very plain. So, you know, I might throw a wash on here at some point just to give it a little more detail, but she looks great. And now taking a look at the articulation, Kraglin's head's on a ball joint, so you can pretty much just kind of get whatever sort of range you want out of it. His head can go down, not very much, up a decent amount, got some tilt, rotation, you know, that kind of stuff. His shoulders are very, very tight, by the way. So you can only get them to about there. You got to be careful because you don't want the arm to snap completely off. He's got bicep swivel. They can move all the way around. His shoulder pad on this side, though, much like Adam Warlock, is sculpted here, so it is going to get in the way and hinder a little bit. But he does have double jointed elbows that go up all the way. Both hands go back and forth, and then the back and forth hinge. He's got a diaphragm joint that can go not very far forward, back a little bit, to the side a little bit of rotation. It starts to kind of, there you go. Got it loose. It's not bad. As for his thighs, they can go out all the way, which is crazy. He's got thigh swivel. His legs can go out that far forward and that far back. He's got double jointed knees that go that far. His ankles can go back that far. They can go up that far, and then he does have ankle pivot. As for Rocket, his head is on a ball joint as well, or actually it's not even a ball joint, it's just a ball. So it can only go up to about there. It can go down, not really at all. Rotate, little bit of tilt. Shoulders go out that far, can rotate it all the way around, but this one shoulder pad does get in the way a little bit. He has single jointed elbows that go up that far, and then they do rotate. His hands also have, this one's a back and forth hinge. This one's actually an up and down hinge for his gun holding hand, which is just awesome. His diaphragm joint has some crazy range in it. He can go that far forward, that far back. He's got a little bit of tilt and then some swivel. His legs go out all the way, which is nuts. They can go that far forward and that far back. He's got thigh swivel, single jointed knee that can also swivel. And then he has his ankles can go back that far, up that far, ankle pivot. And then as for his tail, it is on just a standard hinge, much like the hands. So it can go up, down, you know, spin, all that good stuff. And then as for Cosmo, her head is on a ball joint, double ball peg actually. So it can go up that far, down that far, you know, do some good old puppy head tilt, move to the sides. The arms go out that far, all four of them, all four legs go out that far, which is crazy. They are on ball joints, so they can go forward, back, all that way, really good. The elbow, knee, whatever you want to call them, joints are very stiff, at least on mine, so just be careful because, God, those detents are very tight. But the front and back legs can go that far forward, and then that far back. Of course, swivel at them all. They are single jointed, so there you go. And then as for the paws, oh, there is another hinge down here on the front legs, so you can actually get those to go back a little bit, but they can go forward. God, those are also very tight. Just be careful. You don't want to break them or anything. They do have swivel. Same with these, if I did not mention that they have swivel. But the feet go up that far forward, that far back, and then they are, I think they're on, yes, they are hinged, so they do have pivot. And then the tail, much like Rocket's, is on the standard hinge, so it can go up that far, and then it can rotate and all that good stuff. And now onto some size comparisons. Here we have the whole wave and BAF together, and I still stand by it. This is my favorite wave of the year so far. And then real quick, just to do a little teaser of what is to come in the next video, here they all are with Groot. So having the whole team all together, this looks awesome. I hope that we get High Evolutionary and Gamora because we need both of them. And hey, maybe even Aisha, you know, hey, give us a 3-pack or something. I'd be so down for that. But these all look so good together. I love the uniformity of the team. Everything they all look like they go together. And I am just so ecstatic to have this and put this on the shelf properly. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. And I will catch you all in the next one. Long live the Guardians of the Galaxy. See ya.